Here's KickOff, and we're pleased to have a new program. Jim is with the Sierra Club, is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's called the Poop Talk. And when I first heard about this, I'm like, whoa, this is interesting. We're going to have a whole program on poop. So I don't exactly know what's going to happen, but I'm here to find out. So let's give Jim a round of applause. Guys, everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I have two disclaimers about my presentation. One is that this is really made initially for backpackers who are not crazy enough to go, what is it, 25,000 miles, you guys think? Okay. And I know that weight is a sensitive issue for you guys. It is for us too, just not maybe as critically so. So you'll see a few things in here that you'll be like, oh my God, you would never carry that. We might, you probably wouldn't, but you'll recognize that. We'll hit on that. And if you have questions about weight and things that we show on here, shoot your hand up and say, really? And I'll say, no, not you. Okay? Second thing is this. I give this talk 2 years in a row for the Wilderness Basics course. And after the second year, a female friend of mine, Kelly, came to me and she said, you need to include more stuff in there for the ladies. And I thought I had. Being as I'm not a lady, I would never have known that I had missed a whole lot of stuff. And she was right. So I sent out an email to all of the women at WBC and me. I was the only dude in that digital room. And I said, I need to know if I'm missing something. I'm going to go talk to these PCT hikers, probably ladies who just went and seen wild, and they're like, oh my God, I can go do this. And they're going to be heading out into the wilderness with no idea what to expect, and let's make sure they have what they need to make sure they don't get hurt or sick or sidelined out there on the trail. And man, did they hit me. Big time they hit me. I was bowled over with the amount of information that came forth. And at the end of the day, it really came down to about 6 pages of information. I kid you not. Y'all are Rubik's Cubes in the dark for sure. I'm not even kidding. Those guys are so simple, but it came down to like 6 pages, and at the end of the day, I said, look, I'm pretty sure a woman really does need to present this, but it's a little late for my presentation. So, guys, this is to you. We love our ladies, right? Yeah. Say it loud, dudes. Yeah. Damn right we do. Damn right we do. So you're going to put up with about 2 pages of stuff you will maybe wish you never even heard. I'm going to muscle right on through it. And then we're all going to go have some beer and watch football and pretend it never happened, okay? Right. Okay, so it's not weird, it's not creepy. This is things that they need to know to be safe out there. And if it's your daughter, if it's your wife, if it's your girlfriend, you can be glad you knew some of this stuff, all right? Okay. Those are my 2 disclaimers. So, without further ado, the poop talk. All right. If you think this is beautiful, or this, then don't just make do, all right? We want you to do it right, okay? These are funny, you can laugh, that's all right. All right, so this is an example of what we don't want to see out in the wilderness, okay? A little later in the presentation, I will be sharing with you an example of a cat hole. This is an example of an a-hole, all right? Don't be that guy, all right? Turn to the person next to you and say, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. All right. This is the only chocolate really that we want to see out there. All right. Proper prepping and planning for performing the perfect poo. So this applies more to our classes, but you know, if any of your hiking groups, you might want to tell somebody that you're departing from the trail, okay? And you know, you're with a group, you think you can go quick and sneak off like nobody knows you use the bathroom. It's funny how shy some people are. But all of a sudden the group keeps moving, you take longer than you thought, they're off like a prom dress, and you're back here still with your pants around your knees. And you know, you're trying to find them, it's getting dark, they're pooped, you're pissed. You know, there's a lot of paperwork. Your friends are going to be a little anal about knowing where you are. So tell somebody you're departing, okay? What to bring? What to bring? All right, so You might want to bring, now this, again, this is maybe for us, you decide if this is what you want to bring. How about an opaque bag so that if you're packing out your TP, even you don't have to look at it. I don't want to look at it, all right? TP, a trowel, a double up set of Ziploc bags used to get the TP out. Hand sanitizer, I'm a big fan of that. Also doubles as a fire accelerant if you need to start a fire, so there's your double use thing. And whatever else you think you need to get your business done. So trowels. This is a few of the ones that are out there on the market. I doubt any of you are going to carry the guy on the left. That's the You Dig It. It's cast iron and has some lead weights on the bottom to make sure it's heavy enough. I'm a big fan of this guy right here. This is mine. There's a plastic version. I kind of like metal. There's this version here. It doesn't fold down. It's pretty light, but it doesn't fold down. I like mine because it folds down. It's still pretty light. These are the two that fold. Heavy, light, bad, good, better. There's a guy out here with the is it Go Light? Gossamer, thank you. And this is their new trowel that they're pimping out there. And this is the Deuce of Spades. And it just weighs nada, and it's real nice and tough. And anyway, so this is that. We'll be throwing this to somebody at the end of this for a contest. You'll find out whether you win or not. Okay? So paperwork. All right. So biodegradable paper only matters if you're going to be burying it. Okay. If you're packing your paper out or anything else out, it really doesn't matter. You can bring Charmin. It just doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't need to be any particular kind of TP. Here's where we get to win the Deuce of Spades. So the TP alternatives. Now this is something y'all might be thinking about because y'all are real sensitive about weight. So let me ask you this. One of these is basket bush. Completely harmless. The other is poison oak. Right. Freaking harmful. Yeah. Can you tell them apart or is it a crapshoot? So... How confident are you? How confident are you? So, who thinks that this is poison oak right over here? Yeah. Were any of you brave enough souls to say that this is poison oak? You win, sir. No. No way. Oh, really? Congratulations. Really? Go out there and say I move, so that's like $20 to, yeah. I'm one of the lucky people who doesn't actually respond to poison oak when I touch it, and hopefully it stays that way forever, because that can change on a dime. But this is poison oak. This is basket bush, and the point that I'm making there is, man, these are three, no help to me, okay? Unless you can tell these two plants apart with certainty, and he's the only one in here who can.
And it's a very, very painful lesson.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For a long time. Yeah. Not for a minute. For a long time. Just go with what you know. Go with what you know. Don't get fancy. There's a few things on this trip you're about to take that are worth the wait, and that is one of them. All right? That is one of them. So sanitizers. I don't know if this is just anathema weight to have a plastic bottle with this stuff in it. I carry little terrible little guys, and I toss those out. But these, as I already pointed out, these make good accelerants, good for cleaning up your hands. Where do I go? Well, this is me, and my good dear friend Ruben taking a picture of me that I don't know he's taking at about 15,000 some feet up on Whitney. And no, I'm not getting the facts. That is just what you do. Okay. So find a good spot. Secluded. I think you won't have trouble finding that. 200 feet away from water. Okay? And not in a drainage. So 200 feet away from water, you know, I think we got this figured out. There's water. But if this water isn't here, this is still water. Okay? So if you have a dry drainage, don't do your business there, man, because then when it rains, your poor campmates are going to catch your Tootsie Rolls next year, and that's no fun. That's no fun. So, all right, so find a little log and make a little school. A little school. Okay, so now here's the trick to this, and if you're experienced, you know this. If you're not, here's how this works. You want to have your pants show you one. But here's the thing. When you're down like this, and your pants are around your knees, they're up here. Your butt's right over your ankle, isn't it? Yeah. So unless you want a couple extra Easter eggs in your basket, put them around your knees, man. Around your knees. So if you just have to pee, pretty much anywhere is fine, okay? No cattle required. And we kind of used to say just go pee on plants because it attracts animals and they'll eat that plant. Well, the animals are going to eat the plants anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. If it's a little tiny plant, you pee all over it. The deer are going to like your salt. They're going to denude that one little plant, probably kill it. But anyway, you like a puppy. Give everybody a little bit. All right. So for anything else, dig a 6 to 8 inch deep cat hole. And the soil microflora that break down the organic matter that you're going to put in there live primarily up in the 6 to 8 inches of the upper part of the soil. So there's no need to go down to China and cube feet. Really, it's worse if you do that. Keep it right up in that upper 6 inches where all the microbiology is going on. And let's see here. Assume the position. So you have the full squat, which I've just shown you, the half squat, the overbite. This is the one you want. This is the one right here. That's the good one. You can find it, the middle man. 2 rocks, 8 inches apart. Oh. I'll wait around till I have to go for that one. That's a good spot. Lean cuisine, Whomping Willow. I was telling some people here just before we started, I had the first time I ever heard the poop talk, and I still don't know if they were serious. These 2 people that gave our talk, and they showed us a multitude of ways to get your butt out there, but it isn't all that complicated. And they were like, "Well, this is really easy. And they go again. And they squatted. And they climbed." And I said, I'm not doing that with WBC. I'm not doing it with you. I did fine. I didn't know that. What's the Whomping Willow? So that's exactly what I was just talking about. You will grab a hold of the tree branch and you hold it. Because we'll find a soft spot for it. I don't recommend it. And then get it. Alright, there you go. Finishing touch. Okay, use a stick if you're in a little while, big recipe kind of thing. Get it in the hole. Double bag your TP. Bury everything else completely. Cover your cat hole with a rock. So this should be a clue to you. If the rock isn't really well nestled in the ground and it's kind of floating there like a bubble, don't float like bubbles. So if your rock is floating, second piece of information, don't grab that rock at the very doors. That one's used. It's done. Alright, so some places like, if you don't know what VBC, you're going to be walking right by here. And in this area, you have to pack it all out. All of it. Not just the paper. I think you follow what I'm saying here. So meet the wag bag. They'll issue you this with your permit. And basically it's a tarp about yay big. And you stop and you squat on the tarp. And you wrap it all up. And you tie it onto the outside of your bag. And you see them in church when you just swing the You know why they do that? They do that so that they can spread the smell around. And then everybody can enjoy that. That's exactly what the wag bag does. And personally, I'm not a fan. And what I'm about to show you may not be the through hiker thing, but this is my thing for sure. When you just do a quick weekend, you'll remember this. Put it in something. You just got a nice sealable lid on it, man, because it keeps all the smell in. It goes in your pack. It doesn't swing around. It never hits somebody. I got standards, man. I got standards. Okay. But why go to all this trouble? Because it's your duty. Okay. But baby, it's cold outside. You guys just might encounter some snow. Okay, so when I first took WBC, and I swear on a stack of Bibles, this is a true story. I met one lady on the first night. We got to talking about snow camp. I was maybe 2 minutes into knowing this person at all. And she says to me, this crazy person says to me, well, it's so cold out there at nighttime. I'm not about to try to, get out of my tent and walk around. I'm not doing that. All I do, I just strap on a diaper and I'm good. And I can stay right there in the tent. I can stay in my bag. I don't even have to get up. 2 minutes I do this person. So, by all means, if weight's not an issue and if gross is not an issue, go for that. But and the nice thing about a wide mouth algae bottle is it'll work for a guy and it'll also work for a woman. I've vetted this through my female friends. But would this work if you need? They went, oh heck yeah, that would absolutely work. So, tuck it up nice and close, and this is the way you don't have to get out of your tent at night to pee. And yes, you put a big pea right on the bottle, and maybe if you're smart, you have one that's a different color than the one you do got. And if you're colorblind, you might want to really make sure that pea is here. Okay, so mine's orange so that I never mix it up with the blue ones. All right, so this is a great way to get. Then if you have drops that you're using to purify your water, the next morning when you dump this out, if you happen to have a little extra water, put a couple of drops, swish it, throw it in the back. Then you let it. All right. So I can just hear you women right now saying, yeah, using that bottle. Easy for you to say, Mr. Man, with your stupid outdoor plumbing. Okay, so a little something for you ladies. Now, talk to a few of the gals in WDC. They really love this thing. They love that they can stand and pee. They can walk behind a tree and just go like that. It is good for getting it into a bottle if you're not quite sure you're going to catch it all. My only advice to you on this one is practice when you don't need it. I wouldn't give you that advice about any of this stuff. If you have any doubts about this, that not working in your tent in the snow at 2 a.m. is the wrong time to find out. So try this thing out before you get out there. Now, another great hint that I got from one of my female friends in WBC was if you're a woman, wear a panty liner and just go the day. And you don't have to use toilet paper. You can just drop, squat, pee, shake, and pull up your drawers, and you're good to go. And revolution. You don't have to pack any toilet paper out, and that's weight you don't have to carry. Maybe it's 50-50, but anyway. A lot of the gals that hike will do that. They love it. Then there's the Diva Cup. So if your timing isn't perfect, or if you're going to be out there more than 28 days, math is math. So you're going to have to deal with this. The thing that I've heard back on this one is if you're going to use this, two things. Again, try it at home first. Make sure you don't do this for the first time out on the trail and find out this is not going to work for you. And keep your hands clean. If you're gonna have to extract this, you want your hands to be very, very clean. All right. So wash them first. Maybe even disinfect them. And if you're using an IUD, don't use one of these because there are patterns where pulling it out causes enough suction to dislodge an IUD. So good news for you. Don't do that. Here are a few more tips. And if you would like the large version of this, leave me your email and I will send you the whole thing because it's a ton of great information. So UTIs are one of the biggest reasons that women get evac'd off of PCT. Okay? Your hygiene is not what you're used to. Your body's not used to that hygiene level. And some of you will do just fine with that, and some of you won't. Okay? So we're going to be direct here. So handle it, all right? Keep your V as clean as possible. A lot of the gals like to go off on their own and do a little bath shower thing in the morning and air it out and just take a little time, bring a book, whatever. Find a good enough. Inspect, look at it, okay? So that if things are changing, you'll know about it quickly. And again, I'm sorry that a guy has to give this information. I hope to God next year that this will be a woman. But these are the tips that I got from the gals that I packed with, so I feel pretty good about this. Give yourself a little daily airtime if possible, and that goes for everything. You know, if you're rubbing and if you're chafing, just go naked. You're out there, nobody out there with you anyway. Drink and pee frequently. Don't not drink because you don't want to pee, okay? Because that's going to keep you clean. And don't wait. There's some women that can actually develop a UTI from holding their pee just for an hour. I did not know this. But it's a thing, and it might be you, and you may have not been in a place where you've ever had to face that before, and out on the PCT is not the place to find out. Not the place to find out. When you wipe, go from front to back, not the other way. You guys were built with all the ports way too close, and the bacteria don't like to play together, and back to front is a great way to get a UTI. Go front to back, okay? If you had 10 secs, good on you. And if you have 10 secs, pee a little if you can afterwards. It helps clean out the pipes. Carry Cipro, and if your doctor will prescribe that to you like as a prophylactic. And Cystex is something else that you can carry with you that'll knock you down fairly quickly. I'll just tell you this, my wife keeps Cystex around. She's just really prone to them, and when we have a little fun, she pops a Cystex to make sure that she doesn't get a UTI. So, Carry D, Manos, I don't even know how to pronounce that. This is a good one if you actually get one and it's too late, it's beginning to develop. Pop one of these, and 9 times out of 10, it'll knock it back down because it keeps that stuff from clinging to the vaginal walls. Wear a panty liner, we talked about that. Use a P-rag. I never knew why a lot of the gals on our trips had bandanas or chamois tied to the outside of their pants. They just walked around the way like a little flag. And I thought, well, cool for you. I'm not a flag. Well, I don't need a flag, it turns out. But what that's for is that's to wipe with. And if you're just peeing, the sunlight will go ahead and disinfect that for you. It'll be dry that quick, and you can carry that instead of toilet paper. Okay? If you're going, or when you go up into altitude, menstruation can begin sooner than you thought. So even if you're a pretty regular customer, when you get up above 10, 8, 12, whatever 1,000 feet, sometimes your period will onset quicker. So just be prepared and make sure you have whatever you need to deal with it. And Merino Smart Wool panties, just like the socks, are a lot better to use for underwear than synthetics. Keep the odor at bay, and the yucks don't go in there as well.
You did a great job.
I'm here right now. All right, so keep it clean. So it's not just the poop talk. You're gonna have to clean up the things out there. So there's a lot of products out there that are great for cleaning dishes, your hands. This one right here, my friend, maybe some of you guys know him, Pat Powell turned me on to this one, and he says, I use it for everything. I brush my teeth with it, I wash my hands with it, I wash my pots with it. And so he carries one thing and it cleans everything. He doesn't have to carry 3 things. But it's important that whatever you're using is biodegradable, all right? So, God, you are not going to carry a bucket on this trip. But when you're done, that rinsate from whatever it is you did really should go in a cat bowl. Do it near a plant. Make a plant happy. All right? Again, I don't know if you would carry this. I love this stuff, man. I put it in my socks. I put it, anywhere you think you might get a little funky. All right? But again, I don't know if you'll carry that. These are options too, just baby wipes. Sometimes the ones that are antibacterial